One of the terms in this expansion of this bracket is 160x cubed. Find the value of a. Using this value of a, find the first two terms in the expansion of this in ascending powers of x. Okay, so let's have a look at this then. First of all, the x cubed term would be the second power cubed, wouldn't it? So part 1 then. So here, the typical term is NCR. It'll be the first term, 4 to the r, and then it will be ax to the n minus r. We know n is 6, so r must be 3. Gives. So 6cr, which is 6 factorial over 3 factorial times 3 factorial. 4 to the r, so that's 4 cubed. This times this all cubed, 6 minus 3 is 3, would be a cubed times x cubed. And we don't need the x cubed, we just need the number of x's, number of x cubed terms. So that equals 160, doesn't it? So this will be 6 times 5 times 4. This is 6, so it will cancel with that one. This r is 3, so we can put that in straight away here. And then the 160, there's 20. And that would leave 8. This is 4 cubed. So a cubed then, which is 64. Bring that down to divide from times 8 over 64, which is 1 over 8. So cube root both sides, a is equal to 1 over 2 is the cube root. So look at part 2 then. Find the first two terms in the expansion. So we need the constant term. This would be when n is 6 and r is 6. So the first two terms, so when n is 6 and r is 6, so it would be 6c6, 4 to the 6, and that would be the constant term, plus the x term would be when n is 6 and r is 5. So it would be 6c5, 4 to the 5, a, which we know is a half, so that would be a half, and that would be to the 5, wouldn't it? N minus r, sorry. N minus r would be half to the 1, which is just half. 6 minus 5 is 1, and that would be the x term. Okay, so that's that many x's. So this is 1. 4 to the 6 is 64 is 4 cubed, so 64 squared. 64 squared plus this is 6 factorial over 5 factorial, 1 factorial, isn't it? Times 4 to the 5 over 2, lots of x. 64 squared then plus 5 factorial, 1 factorial. That would just leave 6. And then 2 goes into 6 3 times. So it's 3 times 4 to the 5, lots of x. So what have we got then? Let's type them in the calculator. So we've got 64 squared, 4096. And then 3 times 4 to the 5, 3 times 4 to the power 5, 3072. X. And there's our terms.